This is from 3 days ago.
And we're live. Welcome into YouTube. Welcome to Success Talk. I'm Ivan Zoot. This is our online weekly Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Success Talk program in which we talk about elements of success and business and profitability and goal setting and goal reaching and all the great stuff related to the professional beauty and barber industry or beyond just the professional beauty and barber industry. I got a new webcam here, got some new live software. I'm working on learning to use. Didn't work quite right tonight, so you're not seeing it here. You are seeing a hotel room. I am filming in a hotel room because I got a show coming up this weekend. But nonetheless, here we are. Don't forget we have chat function over here. Get involved. Let us know you're here. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know how we can deliver the best possible content for you in this program. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss one of these. Don't forget the new website. I'm going to write a note on it here. Miguel, hello again. There we go. Right there on the webcam. Can you see it? It's backwards on my view. It should be forwards on yours if that's correct. Patreon.com/Ivan Zoot. That is the new Patreon site. That is my online community in which we're sharing a ton of great stuff. We start out every educational program with something from $100,000 Hair Cutter. Today is May 29. Let's take a look at May 29, and May 29 is day 149 of the year with 216 days remaining in the year. There's your little graphic, your little piece of artwork. May 29. Ask for client testimonials. If they say it, if you say it, they can doubt you. If it comes from a third party having nothing to gain from the statement, it carries a lot more weight. So we're talking about soliciting client testimonials, haircut clients, written testimonials, video testimonials, online text-based testimonials, lots of great ways clients can support you, endorse you, and encourage others to do business with you in the form of testimonials. So a great business building tip coming out of the book. You want your copy of $100,000 Hair Cutter? Hit them up on Amazon. Go online. IvanZoot.com is where you can get a copy of that book. Today's program was about, what was today's program about? Today's program was about service timing and service mix. Subject came up in another one of my online chat sessions with my hair care product brand team, John Amico Professional Hair Care. And we talked about, somebody brought up the subject of profitable services versus unprofitable services. And frequently when we have this conversation, there are people that say, wait a minute, I'm doing a service. I'm charging money. I'm making money. It's profit. Maybe it is. And maybe you're becoming a victim of what we call opportunity costs. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time exploring this service product mix conversation. And when we do that, the first thing we always talk about is the value of time. So I illustrate this by talking about a haircut versus a shave, which I see as a traditional challenge in traditional barbering. Let's crack this open a little bit and break it down. Let's dig in. So you do a haircut. You do 3 haircuts an hour. Haircut takes you 20 minutes, and a haircut is, let's just say, $20. That means a haircut, 20 minutes, $20. You do 3 haircuts an hour is worth $60. And I very deliberately chose 20 because 3 an hour, 60 minutes, $1 a minute. The math makes sense for everybody to easily grasp and understand. So if you're doing 20-minute haircuts at $20 a haircut, 3 haircuts an hour, your hourly productivity is $60. Everybody good with that? Anybody got any questions? I'm good with that. So the next thing that comes up is, what about a shave service? Shaving is more popular than it's been, at least in the entire 30 years I've been in the business. More people shaving, doing more shave services. And a shave service might take 40 minutes, 35 minutes. And very typically, it's priced about the same as a haircut. And you just figured out where I'm going. And you just figured out what I'm talking about here. So let's crunch this. If a shave is 40 minutes and you make 20 bucks, and a haircut is 20 minutes and you make 20 bucks, if you do a shave and a haircut in an hour, you made 40 bucks. But if you did 3 haircuts in that same hour, you made 60 bucks. So the way you might want to look at that shave service is, instead of making $20 on that shave, you lost $20 on that shave because it denied you the opportunity to do another service during that same timing or duration. Does anybody see where I'm going with this? Is this making sense? So it brings up the two conversations of either, number one, pricing in some way tied to service duration so that you maximize the profitability of an individual hour, or it brings up the notion of pricing by timing. And I have someone in my private coaching program who, when I met this person, was working through getting their pricing by timing details out. And I think we worked them out, and without giving away a lot of their personal information or anything, this person, the month after we figured it out, they told me they made $1,200 more the next month with the changes we had imparted into their timing pricing program. So I'll share a little bit of this stuff with you guys, and maybe there's something here that you can use to help you with this. So, number one, determine what you want to set as the value for 1 hour of your time. What's your hour worth? Whatever you're doing with that hour. If you are cutting hair, if you are appearing on stage at a show, if you do that, if you are doing one-on-one or private consulting, if you are teaching a class, whatever you could do with an hour, what's that hour worth? It also begs the question of, should different hours in which you do different things carry different times? And what Gittle's talking about here is becoming a specialist and dropping services that are less profitable. That's exactly where we started the conversation in this last week. So I'm not necessarily going to suggest we talk about dropping those services, although dropping services is an option. Just don't do what is less profitable. But I'm going to maybe go down the road of, let's find ways, if you enjoy those services, if there's demand for those services, if you can perform these services, maybe we need to figure out how to perform these services profitably. So let's take a look at that. Determine the value of an hour. Let's say, like we just decided, an hour is 60 minutes, and your hour is $120. Well, what that means is you've decided your timing is worth $2 a minute. Now what you do is you break out your services. What are your services that you offer? Get your price menu out and assign timings to those services. A haircut. All right, we said that's 20 minutes. A shave, that's 40 minutes. Maybe you offer a deep conditioning treatment. That is 10 minutes. Plus the cost of product. Shaving plus the cost of product. You don't want to forget about factoring in product. But when you assign timings to these services, not only can you manage your book more effectively, but the pricing becomes very clear. If your hourly value is $120 and a haircut is 20 minutes, haircut's 40 bucks. If a shave is 40 minutes, shave's got to be 80. Now that's twice the price of a haircut, but if you're delivering a quality service experience, I think you'd be hard-pressed to argue it's not worth the money you're asking. That conditioning treatment, 10-minute service, it better cost 20 plus the cost of product. And by the way, the cost of product shouldn't be carried over directly. With my John Amico brand, we have a fabulous minerali oil conditioning treatment. There are consumers listening here, so I don't want to speak to what the salon cost of that conditioning treatment is. We know that service is delivered in salons at prices anywhere from $10 to $50 for the service itself. I guess it is no secret to the public out there. The product doesn't cost $10 to $50, but the product has to be built into that cost. So a 10-minute conditioning treatment would be $20 plus product and markup, which you're entitled to. So I'm just making this up. It's not the case. If the product costs $5, mark it up to 10 plus the 20, that 10-minute conditioning service now carries a $30 ticket. And by the way, if you look at the scenario we just laid out, 20-minute haircut, 40-minute shave, 10-minute conditioning treatment, 40, 80, and 30, at $30 for 10 minutes, $25 because you've got $5 product cost, $25 profit. Of the 3 services, haircut, shave, and conditioning treatment is the single most profitable of the 3 services. So given the choice of what service do you want to perform, you may love to do haircuts, you may want to do a shave, but the reality is, in this scenario, the single most profitable thing you could do is the conditioning treatment. Gittle's question, if we figured out the cost of our time based on Ivan's formulas, isn't the cost of product already figured into our cost of our time? No, Gittle, I would argue the cost of product is not figured into the cost of your time, because there are some things you will do that have very little product cost. Scenario, a haircut. A haircut has little or no product cost associated with it. You know, maybe there's a little glop of gel. I mean, they're real costs, and you've got a neck strip, and you've got a paper towel, and you've got aftershave, and you've got powder. You've got real costs, and they do add up, and I don't want to discount that, but the costs are very small compared to, in this scenario, a deep conditioning treatment where you spend real money on the purchase of the products that you need to deliver the service. So no, I would not think that the cost of materials is factored into the value of our time over the course of an hour. Now, Gittle, and I know because I know you're in the wig business, the conversation there may be very different as it relates to the transaction that involves the sale, purchase of the wig itself. I don't know enough about the dynamics of the money for the business that you do to fully understand where I'm coming from with that. So if that's something you want to explore, you and I can hit that on a one-on-one. You know, I'm always happy to jump on a call with you or anybody else for that matter. So that's my thoughts on assigning a value to your time, assigning a time to your service to thereby come up with your price. Does that make sense to everybody? Assigning a value to your time, to assign a time to your service, to assign a price to the service for delivery for what it's going to cost and what you're going to do. I think that's an important conversation. I think it brings up that service mix conversation, and you may discover, you know what? If my market, I can't charge 80 for a shave, and if I can't get more than 50 for a shave, maybe I shouldn't be shaving. Maybe I should not be offering that service. And if the market's not there at $80, I understand that. I wouldn't argue with you. Yeah, it's okay, Gittle. You don't have to be too generalized. We get down to nitty-gritties here in these things, and I'm happy to help you. So that's the concept of price service mix as it relates to timing. I encourage you, if you've got comments, questions, jump on the chat side over there. I'm happy to get into it with you and share what I can and what I know. But it really starts with determining the value of your time. And if you want to go one step further, when you ask the question, what is the value of an hour? Or, hey, Ivan, how do I determine the value of an hour? You just have to work backwards. So maybe we start with the value of a year. How much money, and Boo Boo, you want to toss me a calculator? How much money do you want to earn for the year? Let's play some numbers here. I got a calculator, and I got fast fingers on the old calculator. Let's play the numbers game. And I'm just going to throw a number out. Let's say you want to earn $100,000 next year. $100,000 next year. Now, you know we got to put tax on that. I'm going to put 30%. I'm going to put $130,000 as the gross revenue number for the year. Now, if you're on commission in a shop, Fred, thank you. If you're on commission in a shop, This 100,000 would be the commissions that are paid to you, which means if you're at 50% commission, you would need to double that. You would need to do $200,000 in gross revenue to net out $100 in commissions, and then you'll pay tax on that. So what I'm going to say here is, and again, just kicking the numbers. In that scenario, you need to do $200,000 in service revenue plus $30,000, which is 30% tax on your half, 50% of the overall revenues. Everybody understand where I got that? In order to get a 50% commission, 100,000 income is 200,000 revenue. You don't have to pay tax on the other half. So if you need 230,000, you got to divide 230,000 by 50 weeks. Because you're taking 2 weeks vacation. That means you got to be generating $4,600 a week. $4,600 a week. Let's divide that by 40. That comes out to, look at that. I said 120 earlier. That's $115 an hour. Smacko. Right where we were talking. $115 an hour is your target number for what you need to generate every hour, 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, to take home $100,000. That's at 50% commission. Now, as soon as you move to 55 or 60% commission, or as soon as you're in a chair rental situation where you have rent and expenses coming off your gross revenue to get your net revenue with your taxes, the numbers totally change. And anyone that wants, it's actually approximately 140,000 minus 30% equals 100K. Yeah, give or take. Yeah, we're not getting nitty gritty here. Don't hold me to perfect numbers. I'm talking conceptually here. But $115 an hour is that hourly target. So now you know if I got to generate $115 an hour and I do 3 haircuts an hour, 115 divided by 3, $38.33 is the value of 20 minutes. Right there. $38, is that right? 115.0 divided by 3.0 equals 38.33. There you go. You are looking at 38.33 if you're doing 2 haircuts an hour, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, 50 weeks of the year, to net out after taxes the $100,000 number. Now, the book, $100,000 Haircutter, talks about getting there with very different numbers, but that's because we also take into consideration upselling of add-on services, take-home hair care product, gratuities. Remember, this number has nary a tip in here. So when you factor in gratuities, if you factor in gratuities at an average of, I don't know how much percent, I don't know what they run in your neighborhood area or community, but when you factor in gratuities, the price of that haircut, the dollar per hour target is going to start to drop. So, I think there's a number of different ways that we can look at that. So we're hitting up on about 20 minutes here. Fred, thank you. I'm glad you're appreciating it. I know you jumped in a little later here. You're welcome to read through there. You forgot to deduct for operating. Absolutely, Gittle. You've got to adjust it for 80% capacity, because if you're 100% booked, you haven't got time for the bathroom. You haven't got time for lunch and all kinds of other things. Yeah, these are all things to consider. We're talking in very gross and general terms, but that's this idea. Hey, I do want to mention, if anybody's interested, 2 things. Number 1, July is Raise Your Haircut Prices Day in the USA. July 1 every year, Raise Your Haircut Prices Day in the USA. I'm offering coaching and training on that, totally free. there will be one video every single day for the entire month of June. Starting June 1, I'm going to go live on my Instagram stories. I'm going to go live on my Facebook stories. I'm going to go live here on YouTube with this free video, and then I'm going to post it here on YouTube. I already have a playlist for price increase conversations, but this is going to be a new price increase. We'll call it Price Increases Updated 2019 edition. And we're going to have some great content the entire month of June. Also, patreon.com/Ivan Zoot. There it is right there. Patreon, patreon.com/Ivan Zoot. That's the new online community. Please go there, subscribe and follow there for free. There are also some paid options, and I do want to reference those. Specifically the one-on-one coaching option. There's only 5 spaces available. One-on-one coaching. This is $33.33, 33.33 per month with a 6-month minimum for one-on-one coaching. It's only opened up to 5 people to participate. Specifically, a great agenda item for that kind of coaching is price increase coaching. So if that is something that can be interesting to you, if that is something I can help you with, would love to do that. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you for the comments, the engagement, the involvement. I appreciate that. We're going to be here again next week with another subject and another meeting and another conversation here on Success Talk, the YouTube program. Check out the link on this. Share it on your page. Share it with some friends that need to hear this, because as always, you know, we have those of you that are here listening and those of you out there that you're going, oh man, my friend so-and-so needs to know about this. So tag them in the post, tag them in the comments, subscribe so you never miss it. Those of you that are coming to Premier Orlando this week, Orlando, Florida, Orange County Convention Center, 5 classes plus a panel discussion, plus a guest spot on the stage at JRL, and a booth, 5883 on the floor. Lots and lots going on. Look forward to seeing you there. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you again next week, Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Time for Success Talk here on YouTube on the Ivan Zoot Clipper Guy channel. Good night, all. Thank you. Bye-bye.